want to definitely give my thoughts and opinions on this first clip that I want to share with y'all. I wanted to react to the content from this clip from Anton Daniel. Shout out to Anton. So let's get into this clip. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up, and I definitely want you guys. So respond, react. Let me know your thoughts in the comments or in the chat. I want to hear what you got to say. Here we go.
Broke right now, you would be single. Hey. You would not be married. You wouldn't have nobody. No, you listen, at the end of the day, we gotta stop trying to make it seem like, no, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
It's the guys that don't have nothing that get all of the box. The thing about it is that,
do you believe that?
No, now that I'm up, y'all don't qualify. That don't matter no more.
Who don't qualify?
It's the guy.
Back then, they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all over. Y'all heard the damn song.
Trust me.
Who are these people that you're saying?
No, seriously. Like when I was down, y'all would have been the main course. Now y'all could just be sides.
You said that yesterday.
Did you just call me?
It's still not a good analogy.
It's the same thing.
You can't say that.
Why not? Why can't he?
Because it's just not. That don't make any sense. Like, you don't know who you could have. You never even pursued half these women that you even pictured in your dreams. You wouldn't dare do it because you know you're not going to succeed. You feel me? It's a lot of men that sit here and say like who they could have had and who they couldn't have. But honestly, like, the proof is in the pudding.
Absolutely.
You feel me? Like,
I ain't gonna lie, I'm like 100%.
It's not.
I ain't gonna
They
cap.
ain't gonna do that.
I ain't gonna cap.
Fellas.
I'm like,
They ain't gonna do that. I want to see the roster.
You don't.
I want to see who was before who.
Okay, that part.
I want to know who you dated.
Look.
Now, see, this is an issue, honestly. And as much as women talk about black men being deadbeats, being horrible men, horrible in relationships, just horrible all the way around, and that they don't take care of their responsibilities. They claim black men don't marry black women. Black men don't do nothing that's right? But then when you come across the men who are doing the right things, they still get criticized. You still have women who are criticizing men who are saying, hey, I'm married, I have a wife, I've been with my wife for years, I have a child, I have any kids out of wedlock, I'm a stable dude, I got my stuff together, I take care of my people. It's like they don't believe the hype. Something is wrong with that, because they've subjected themselves to the worst men out here, and that's who they are attracted to, because they're attracted to what they really are. And they just can't seem to get their heads around it, that good men exist, that men who are out here, responsible men, responsible fathers, good men taking care of wives, married to women. They don't want to focus on that, because now that shows how inadequate they are. Once again, they project their own feelings onto you. And they're so used to being surrounded by a certain type of guy, the guys that they are attracted to, that really don't have this stuff together, and all they want to do is continuously complain about them, but never take a look at themselves to say, okay, why am I constantly attracting these types of guys? That's where they measure up. That's the Pukishas. They exist as well, but they hate to acknowledge that. They hate to acknowledge it. So this is why I say, when you hear women who say their men are intimidated by it, no, it's because they're usually the ones intimidated by the type of man that they know they can't get. And then they make excuses for it. But they gon' kind of get into this. Anton gonna kind of get into this, and I'm gonna go ahead and play it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, because this is very interesting to me. But let's continue.
Show me pictures.
Look how
Show me something.
Because I can't be your first bad.
I can't be your first bad.
I did that before. That's a recipe for disaster.
I don't want to be.
Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. You never have to kiss and tell. That's number one. Never qualify.
You just lie.
But secondly, whenever they start to get offended, they'll start to throw insults.
Oh, like you do.
So here's the beautiful thing about it, though. If you know me, which most of y'all do.
No, y'all don't know this man.
If you, yo.
They all be pissed off in the comments. They know
Can
who
I get a round of applause for the bag chasers in the building? Okay.
Why are men clapping?
All right. So now that we got there,
Can I get a round of applause for all the cousins in the building?
check it out. They want
right,
to
now that we got
overtalk
there.
me. They want to overtalk me.
Yeah,
But here's the thing. I just reverse tricked them into telling on themselves, because I'm an advocate for family. See, I've been married for 20 years. I don't have a roster.
Absolutely.
Right.
I don't have a roster.
Cream of the crop.
I'm the person. I'm the personification of what a black man is supposed to be.
Oh,
no.
That was cute.
No.
That was so
Where bar
cute.
in hell?
I love that.
Check it out. No kids out of wedlock, super successful. Everybody around me is taken care of, and the majority of the people that work for me are women. So, if that be the case, and I have 0 children out of wedlock, and I've been married for over 2 decades, got married when I was 22 years old, how am I not the personification of what a man is supposed to be?
Because you call us stupid every other week.
Wait a minute.
Exactly.
Wait a minute, because
Somebody,
you're unavailable.
where's the
You're talking
cookies
about
at?
you.
Somebody
Like,
please
hold
bring
on,
this
wait.
mother
But wait,
cookies and
wait.
milk, because I don't know what the price is
Hold
for
on,
that.
hold on.
See, this is where a lot of these type of women they're the ones who are intimidated. The lady with the blonde hair on the other end, she's like, oh, well, let's get him some cookies and milk because I don't know what she get to cussing and stuff because she's intimidated by what he's just said. Now, if there are other men out there like that, when you come across men who have their stuff together, men that they can't shame, men that they can't call deadbeats and, oh, you're an absentee father and you're a dusty and you don't take care of your kids and you got kids all over the place. When they don't have that to complain about and to point out, they are the ones who are intimidated by that, because that means if there are more men like that, it's going to leave them out. There is going to be less time and less room to deal with their bullshit. So the type of women who out here thinking that they're bad bees, oh, they so bad, but they still single, they can't get a man who will want to marry them, who will want to provide and take care of them and give them the world, they don't qualify. They don't qualify. And if they get in their feelings, this is why they're trying to talk over him and try to say little goofy that really don't matter, because y'all are intimidated by what the man is saying. Let's just be real. You don't measure up to a man like that. And I think they know it. That's why it's a little triggering for a lot of women. And they start to say, oh, well, you're trying to put us down and build yourself up. No, I think when these men are saying, hey, this is my life, they're saying it to show that, hey, the BS that y'all been dealing with is not what you have to deal with. For men who speak to other men and say, hey, you can do better, and I'm gonna show you how. Let's do this. Let's level up. Let's get it together. And that you can become the man that you want to be and be in a position that you're happy with, so that you will have more options and you can, for a family that you may want, you can better take care of your family and you could have, what you need. And you don't have to go out here and deal with these so-called women who just want to sit back and try to belittle you and tell you, you don't have to be a deadbeat, I think. And I think as long as women have that to kind of like piggyback on and talk about, oh, if there were more fathers in the household, well, if you have examples of men who are married, it shows you that it can actually work and that it exists. If you have women who are married and married and not divorced and separated, you still married and you have a family, that's an example that you can at least try to follow, try to emulate. We have too many examples of the negative things and everybody's just okay with that because you think that that's the norm and you think that that's just the way it is. And so you just continuously follow that. But then when you pull up examples of the opposite, it's an intimidation factor there. It's something that a lot of people don't know how to gravitate to because either they don't think they can get it or maintain it, or they don't think that they measure up, or they think that is something flawed in it. There's something wrong. But my thing is this, the things that a lot of these women are out here doing is flawed. The outcomes that you are getting and the outcomes that you're used to are very flawed. And what you're doing, it's not perfect where you are. Because if it was, we wouldn't have so many women out here complaining about it. See, women complain, but then when you give them examples of ways to make it work, they don't want to do that either. So when you see a man who is opposite of the things that y'all complain about, it's still a problem. I don't understand that. You talk about men don't want to commit, but then when you come across men who do commit, why don't you focus on that and see how that is working out? Why that's being belittled and shamed, and you just want to keep on focusing on the negative, because that's where a lot of people want to be. I'm convinced that a lot of them just want to be there to have a reason to complain. It doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. It's like you want to complain and you want to just stay there to have a reason to complain, to justify your actions and what the things that you don't want to change. You know what I'm saying? That's what it seems like to me. And it's not really benefiting a lot of these women. It's really not. It's not really benefiting them. They say, they don't want a man, so you want to be for the streets. I don't understand. You want to be a... How is that working out for you? I don't understand. Let's get back into it, y'all.
Let's take a deep breath. Hold on. Let's
They
do
want me to be a pookie just like the men that they done been with.
But here's the thing, he's
I'm not
unavailable.
that.
He's talking about himself.
No,
for
no,
a single
I'm
woman like
talking-
myself.
I'm
You're
a-
unavailable. You're off the market.
I'm
You
a
don't count.
representation of
What
a
did
lot
you
of
just
these
tell
same-
us?
Let me tell you something.
You
I know-
don't qualify.
I know a lot of these same dudes in the audience. I'm a representation of what a lot of them is. I just so happen to have a microphone. That's the truth.
You don't qualify.
You think these niggas is multimillionaires?
Absolutely, because some of them are. And it ain't even about being a millionaire, because I never mentioned money. The thing that I'm talking about is being a good person. And most of y'all...
You just called them all stupid 8 seconds ago, and now you a good person?
Now, most of y'all, as usual, have passed up on the man that is supposed to marry you. You have skipped over the guy, the good guy, and got with the people because...
Here's the thing.
Nope. The devil done had their way with y'all.
You are projecting.
Projecting what?
You're projecting your experience as everybody else's.
No, I'm projecting good choices.
The same way single mothers and bitter baby mamas and aggressive women are projecting their lives onto everybody else. Come on now. It goes both ways. A lot of these women who are out here talking about men, calling them dusties and talking about their relationship. Well, not their relationship, but talking about how men are and all of them are this and all of them are that and they're just this. They're projecting their own experiences onto everybody else, trying to convince people that that is the nature of all men because that's who they dealt with. Every one of the men that they've ever been in a relationship was a narcissist. He was in jail. He was abusive. He was this. He was that. And there's never any accountability on their parts whatsoever. So if you keep picking narcissists, abusive men, men who are crazy, men who are jailbirds and all that, that says everything about you. That has a lot to do with about your choices. This is what you attract. This is who you give your time to. This is who you give babies to. Didn't require marriage from any of them. Didn't require real commitment from them. But you gave them children, sometimes more than one. And you don't think that you have any accountability in that whatsoever based on your choices? So, I mean, that's just some crazy shit. They don't see it. They don't see it. Baby, let's get back into this.
Not the majority.
Yes, I am.
You know what's
you're
funny?
not.
Hold on.
You're
You know
not the
what this
majority.
I'm not
reminds
the
me
majority
of?
of the men that y'all seek.
This
Say that.
reminds me of a meme. It was a meme of a girl in high school, a girl and a guy in high
How
school.
you gonna shame me?
Hold on, I'm not shaming you. I'm actually about
you shame
I'm about to
good?
bring
You're
you full
perfect. No
circle.
one's
I got
shaming
your
you. You're
back. Watch
perfect.
this. In the meme, they were in high school. When the nerd came up to the girl in high school, she was like, no, I don't want you. And then once she became a baby mama, he was a CEO executive and all that. And she's like, hey, you remember me? He said, no, I don't want you. I be feeling like, respectfully, y'all is the grown-up versions of the that got hurt in high school while we was out with the drug dealers. Let me tell you something. We were victims then making horrible-ass decisions with grown-ass preying on us. Y'all gotta let that go. You didn't get no
we
in
gotta
high
let it
school.
go?
You get now. Get over it.
Absolutely. Because how many times do you hear men bring up,
see how they-
but what about the girls who had the older guys picking them up in high school?
Get the
Like,
over
it was right. It wasn't right then. It is not right now. And she wasn't the one who was responsible for making it right.
They
He
could
was.
keep
He was
making
the older
more-
guy.
Anytime that you find yourself in a situation where you dodged somebody that you thought was for you but really wasn't, that's God protecting you.
Absolutely.
That go for women too.
Whenever you raise your standards, fellas, remember, it's not that you gotta have a lot of options, you just gotta find the best one for you. It's not about dating a lot of people, it's not about a roster.
Touche.
It's not about none of that shit.
Touche.
One at a time. One at a time.
It's
One at a
about
time.
dodging these women that's given 2-for-1 diseases, chlamydia and herpes in the same
Sorry
batch.
you went through that.
Shout out to all of my women that came
Sorry
up from
you went through
Houston. I know the clinics is going wild down
Your
there in
eggs are
Houston.
showing.
But okay, wait. Can we have? Let's take a step back.
the roster's
Let's take-
showing right now.
Hold on 1 second. Let's take a step back and let's have this conversation, because what you're doing right now, as far as laying the foundation for saying, hey, there is good men out here, I 100% believe that. I stand on believing that. But I want us to, because I think the disconnect in the conversation is often the fact that these absent father households are happening. if we start pouring into these, maybe you know
Nope.
what? Maybe wife school
I'm
is
not
right.
changing the
Respectfully.
subject.
No, I'm not changing
I
the subject.
believe in shaming.
No, I think that you should do the husband school because you're a
Nope.
husband.
Nope.
I'll do the wife school.
Nope.
So you can teach the
Nope.
niggas and not to have kids with
I
these girls and
believe
not you. So
we
you're the same.
need to bring
Wasn't
shaming
he the
back.
same person saying they keep over talking me?
Because
Let me get it out.
They keep trying to make themselves feel good for bad decisions.
No,
Listen.
but what about that? What I'm saying is
Shame
this.
them.
No, I feel like
what
you
I'm saying is
you
this.
Shame
boosting
them.
yourself. for
What I'm
making
saying
good
is,
ones.
Shame
hold on. What I'm saying is this.
Right after you get
There
done
would
with her,
be no single
shame her.
mothers if men stayed around.
Pull up your
so
pants
if
and
we
shame
could
her.
if we could teach men to be better.
No, there would be no single mothers if they closed their legs. If you close your legs and wait till marriage and create a family, then there won't be any single mothers. That's the real gag. And, and the funny thing about it, men who decide to not create single mothers are shamed. So they don't want shame when it relates to them, but you're quickly ready to shame a man for being responsible. You shame good men. You shame the so-called lame men. Oh, he lame, and oh, he ain't got no kids at 30. What the hell is that? That is actually shame. You're actually shaming men for being responsible. And speaking against the men who are being responsible, because you want a dope boy, you want a dude with swag, you want a 6 feet tall dope dude with swag who gonna talk to you crazy, knock you up, and not really care about you or care to take you seriously. But those are the that they go for, and then the dudes who are responsible, who not trying to do all that, oh, something got to be wrong with him. These women are conditioned. I swear to you, they are conditioned and they are confused. And this has been going on for too long. Let's continue.
Better men, we can teach
Post-nut
women to be
clarity
better.
is real.
I'm trying to be the Peace Corps.
I don't need your name is.
I hope take all your
Shame
money.
them.
How about that?
God damn.
Can I say
They
something?
already did.
Can I say something? Can I say something?
Y'all want to East Warren, East
Anton won't
Warren.
let nobody
Say
talk.
something.
Shame them.
Can I say something?
This is a family show, by the way.
Them kids.
Not no more.
I love my baby. I don't know about you.
And when you leave out of her
I love my
house
baby.
after you done got your post-nut clarity,
I think.
piss on her son's toilet and kick over his fork.
Okay.
Shame him.
Damn, baby boy.
Shame him.
Call the police and tell them it's a black man in your house that don't belong there.
Hey, you got the juice now.
Since we playing dirty ass
Can we bring it
games.
full circle? Because I think the initial question was about the types. And we kind of got away from
Yeah,
that.
we got away
We
from
did.
that.
Anton took it somewhere
We got
way
away
far
from
At the end of the
that.
day, is it the
don't-
type? You go for the type because of the attraction or for the finances?
I don't believe in dating.
I've been married for 20
I feel
years.
like
Yo, Mike.
your first piece of when you was 22 and you married it.
No, he didn't.
Because it
I
took
swear
so
to God,
long
it just
You
didn't
right.
to get it
I
there,
agree.
and
I
it was
agree.
like, oh yes,
I don't believe
finally
it.
I'm getting
I got
married.
married a virgin.
Because that's why
You right.
that's how you act. You act like that. Anybody who had options out here, if we got options, we can explore. Some
You
people
right.
don't have options you can't explore, and that's fine.
You right.
But I feel grateful for my options. I love my life, and I love the fact I had options. You feel what I'm saying?
Same.
And most women have
Same.
that, and most women don't. They might get with one person and be like, you know what, this my end all be all, because they don't feel like it's nothing other than you.
Cool.
You feel what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
I might feel like I can get better than you. You know, and some women marry men and still feel like I'm married, but god damn it, I don't want to be here.
Can
You
I
feel me?
ask
But
you-
this is the best decision for me because I'm not gonna get much more than this. And that's fine. And some men love that for them. And I love that you got married at 22, and I love that you've been married since then. And that's wonderful for you, but you cannot sit here and project your lifestyle on other people and say we're wrong for exploring our options.
Anton is Anton. I think he's just telling his situation and they don't like it because it doesn't reflect theirs. It's an insecurity that you have if you can't sit back and listen to somebody else's perspective or their life or their experiences and feel threatened by it. That's nobody else's fault. If anything, you got to, that's why I say you have to change your mentality. You got to learn something differently. And I think the problem when people say, oh, married people, you're out the game, you're off the, no, you need to listen. If that's your goal, if that's something, if you want healthier relationships, if you want a healthier situation, I think those people can be an asset to those who want to learn.